Hey, it is your girl Precious Williams. I am the Killer Pitchmaster, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. When I tell y'all I am so happy to be here, I am. And I know the title says a lot, right? Losing everything and my mind. I don't know about y'all, but I just want to have a real frank conversation about what's going on right now. What's happening, with Perfect Pitch Group, what's happening with me, what's been happening. And I wanted to share something so beautiful with all of you. So as you know, the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show was started way back when I was really trying to establish myself as a thought leader in the space of pitching. And as a killer pitch master, being a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, five-time number one best-selling author, top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, and just fun gal about town, full-figure diva, plus-size fashionista, I wanted to show that you can be yourself and win. You didn't have to be the celebrity. You didn't have to be in movies and television shows and acting to actually have a successful business, which is what I thought a lot of us felt like. If I'm not an entertainer, I can't make it. So I definitely wanted to dispel that notion years ago. And so fast forward, here we are in 2024. So over the past year, I've been thinking a lot about the frustration, the anger, and not exactly knowing what to do at moments like this in all of our lives. I remember when I was a student at the Bowery Mission Women's Center. And, when you are homeless, when you're homeless, you really feel like invisible or that you're always in the way. So being a student at the Bowery Mission Women's Center from early 2017 to late 2018, I had a lot of time to sit with feeling unwanted, feeling like, can my dreams ever come true? Can I bounce back from darkness? Will I ever lose the taste for alcohol? Will I ever have successful relationships? Is there hope for me? How will I be able to deal with being differently able, having two severe illnesses? And then I graduated from the Bowery Mission on September 17th, 2018. And I went on to restart my company. I went on to press on and get my name out there and to gain clients and to start speaking on stages, first in New York City and then in the tri-state and then around the nation and then around the world. But if I'm really being honest, there were still these moments of, is it possible? The pandemic happens. Is it over? I just got started. I just started getting some traction in the world. What do you do? All my live speaking engagements are over. I don't have that money. But I was able to bring it live via Zoom for my clients. And I was able to build a steady stream of clients by over-delivering in Zoom meetings. And before I knew it, the world had opened back up and I was back on stages again. But in losing my mind and feeling that frustration, what kept me going? And as I said to you all before, I've heard no since I was a little girl. No multiple times, all day, every day when I was a little girl. Today, I don't hear no as much, but I kept pressing on. So when we talk about keeping it real, I really want to keep it as real as possible, but I also want to show you what mastery looks like. So even though I was a 13-time national elevator pitch champion and that I had this gift of being able to create elevator pitches and media pitches, investor pitches and sales pitches and speaker pitches and interview pitches with the best of them. Even though I was on Shark Tank and my clients were on Shark Tank, even though they're still winning pitch competitions, that can't be all there is. There is still more out there. So as I started growing and investing more in myself and seeing the possibilities of bringing pitching to stages and to schools and to companies and corporations and nonprofits and foundations, I found that the more I stayed in action, the more I kept putting myself out there, the more I kept asking my network to put me out there, that made a difference. And so every September, as y'all know, September is a very big month for me. It is the month I flew out to shoot Shark Tank. It is the month that we recorded Shark Tank. It is the month that I walked out of homelessness for good. And now we're in October 2024. And before I share with you something that truly shows that you can lose it all, you can even lose your mind, and you can bounce back with the best of them, I want to share some things with you. Number one, if you ever want to find out what we're doing with my company, Perfect Pitch Group, and why we are the secret to baiting, attracting, and closing, why I am one of the top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainers, go to our website and it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, www.perfectpitchgroup.com. And it's scrolling across the screen. If you like some of the things that you're hearing today, this is a special edition. We usually do this on Sundays, but I wanted to do this today. I also want you all to check out free gifts that we offer at Perfect Pitch Group. So if you go to www.perfectpitchgroup.com/free gifts, we have something special for you. Number one, you're going to get our Make It Rain Like Snow in Your Business Today PDF. And then we also have the first chapter of my fifth, did you hear me? Fifth #1 best-selling book, Rainmaking 101 from Day One, Packaging, Positioning, and Pitching. So if you've ever wondered what's holding you back from really gaining the clients that you want or turning prospects into repeat clients, I suggest you get on our free gifts and you'll see the difference between what you're hearing out there from everybody else and the difference that Perfect Pitch Group actually does. Finally, if you find yourself really interested in podcasts and podcasts that have to do with financial empowerment, check out the Savvy Ladies podcast. And I co-host that with Lisa Zeiderman, who's a managing partner of Miller Zeiderman here in New York, a family law practice, and me, the Killer Pitch Master. And we really talk to our guests about really overcoming financial obstacles and really going from surviving to thriving, even in economies like this, okay? So let's get back to losing everything and my mind. So 6 years ago, when I walked out of homelessness and graduated from the Bowery Mission Women's Center, I want to say for a year, maybe a little over a year, I was scared. I was scared that what if I have to go back to the Bowery? What if I can't take care of myself? What if I can't pay rent? What if I'm really as bad as people say? And it took me a long time to believe in myself. I wasn't able to pay rent because I quit my job at Worthy as a senior sales consultant. And I put my all into restarting my company. And it was dark for 5 months. I wasn't able to pay rent. And some of y'all know this. And then I got a contract. And I was able to pay my rent and back rent. I was able to go to our church, Trinity Baptist, 61st and 2nd, and they were able to help pay my back rent. And slowly but surely, I built my way out of rock bottom. And before I knew it, that room that I rented from Pastor, I soon was able to move into a 2-bedroom apartment by myself, where my rent was $2,200 and I paid it by myself. And there were dark moments. Could I do it? Is it possible? How do you leave from homelessness to get on your foot? And while people were losing their jobs during the pandemic, I just kept pressing on because I didn't have a job to lose. I didn't have a job. And so today I want to share with you all, last night at the Bowery Mission, I won the Mary Bell Community Engagement Award. 6 years after I graduated, 6 years after I walked out of homelessness, as y'all can see the Bowery Mission. And I remember walking into Central Presbyterian Church last night, and I was already crying internally because it took the time that it was going to take for me to come back and be celebrated because I'm making it. 6 years out of homelessness. 6 years ago, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. 6 years ago, I didn't know if I could restart my company. 6 years ago, there were so many people saying it was impossible. So many years ago, 6 years ago, and here I am today, a successful serial entrepreneur, international speaker, top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, five-time #1 best-selling author, hosted America's Real Deal on Fox Business, keynote speaker. Your girl is trusted locally, nationally, internationally. 6 years ago, it wasn't promised. 6 years ago, I was losing my mind. I didn't know what to do. 6 years later, I have clarity and I have peace and I have the clients I always wanted. I want to give a shout out to the clients that are new in 2024. I want to give a shout out that y'all stayed with me in this hard economy. I want to give a shout out to those who you think it's over. I promise you it's just begun. This is proof. This right here, 6 years after you leave homelessness, this is the Mary Bell. Mary Bell was the final woman you interviewed to get into the Bowery Mission Women's Center. Mary Bell let me in on February 27, 2017. A little bit more, a month after my suicide attempt in St. Louis, Missouri. And here I am with her award. My business advisor and friend Andrew Frazier came last night. My friend Keisha Hickson came last night. And I felt like such a little girl because I did not want them to start without my friends being there. And I thought, oh my God, I'm still that little girl who thinks people won't show up. And they showed up, and I wanted them to see the Bowery Mission from my eyes. I could talk about Bowery Mission all day long. I got to see the Queen, Sybil Young, who was over the program when I was there as a student. G Mother, who I was with between the hours of 3 and 4 every morning. Got to see people who were in the program with me. I got to meet other alumni. It was a graduation. It was a celebration. I want y'all to know I lost my mind. I lost everything. And here I am 6 years later with the Mary Bell Community Engagement Award. And I'm so proud of this award. Y'all, I've won, 7 or 8 awards this year. This right here. Can you come back from homelessness? Yes, you can. Can you come back from no? Can you come back from disrespect? Can you come back from people saying it's impossible? Can you speak on the world's greatest stages? Can you host television shows? Can you be sought after 6 years after you fell on your face? Can you be clean and sober almost 8 years? Can you go to your college and your law school with your head held high? Can you walk into engagements with pride and say, I belong everywhere I am? Shout out to my friend, Kelly Charles Collins. I belong in every room that I'm in, but I don't belong everywhere. Everywhere you see me, I'm there because I want to be there. So I want y'all to see this award. This award means the world to me. It is my 7th award this year, 7 years after my suicide attempt, 6 years after walking out of homelessness. This is what I mean. I lost everything in my mind to have the clarity that I have today. And I did not want to cry, but obviously your girl, like, I'm still hardcore now. I'm still hardcore and thugged out. But I love to teach and to train. There is nothing that is impossible or out of reach. There is nothing that is impossible or out of reach for God. I thank you, Verizon, Nextstreet. I thank you, National African American Insurance Association. I thank you to all of my clients from 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020. I thank you, Sharon Monet, Penn Legacy, for my 5 #1 best-selling books. I thank you to my former business coaches. I thank you, Dr. Shekinah Williams, Black Women's Entrepreneurial Leadership at Babson College. I could go on and thank so many people, but I want y'all to know, had I not walked out of homelessness for good in 2018 and restarted my company in my life, last year, I moved into the place I'm in today. The reason why y'all see this weight loss is not because of Ozempic, because I'm not on any medication other than psychotropic for my severe PTSD and bipolar disorder. I am not ashamed that I have a psychiatrist, a therapist, a support network. This is what I mean when I say you lose everything in your mind, but you can win it all again. And so I wanted to share this with you all. When you see the Perfect Pitch group, you are seeing a woman, you are seeing a network, you're seeing a person who battled back from every no, every impossible odd to say, I'm going to make it. And it's through packaging, positioning, and pitching that I became the ultimate rainmaker. I am a former attorney in the great state of New York from the other side of the tracks in St. Louis, Missouri. When I stand on these stages, when I go to the Sister Leaders Conference in Virginia today, when I speak on that stage about being seen more, heard more, and earning more, it's because I had to stand in that place and ask for money. I had to negotiate to be paid. When I go to the National Sales Network Student Sales and Marketing Conference in Atlanta, I want to show these students that you have to stand and say your worth. You have to stand in your power. You have to stand on that business and say, I'm worth paying, and be able to prove. That's why I say 13 times. That's why I say it 5 times. That's why I say top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer. That's why I can stand on Shark Tank and make them look at me at 327 pounds. So you can lose everything in your mind and win again. So let me go into the comments. I know I was going on and on, y'all, but I just want y'all to feel me. I want y'all to feel where I'm coming from and know I am truly the real deal. I'm not going to lie to y'all about this was a journey. And this is my grandmother, Precious Dolores Williams, from 1933 to 2000, who said that I had the gift of speech. And she will forever be the rock. That's the woman that I aspire, that when people see me and they feel me, that they feel the love of that woman with an 8th grade education, 7 kids, the flawless mother with me, that y'all feel that there is a love and compassion in me that was not there before homelessness, that was not there before I was an alcoholic, before all of these things. I claim victory over everything that used to hold me back. I do not have the taste for alcohol. You know what I got to taste for? Connection and love. And to see the next generation of women and men go out there and kill it and crush it and write their own paycheck. I want y'all to do it. And if you see that there are companies, corporations, foundations, and nonprofits that need someone like me to turn up on that stage or turn up with their sales teams, send them to the Perfect Pitch Group. Our website is www.perfectpitchgroup.com. I promise you that when I'm working with sales teams, whether it's LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, all these great companies, this is not what I talk to them about. I talk to them about reframing and packaging and positioning and baiting, attracting, and closing with ease, because I had to do it multiple times for my life and for my clients. The reason why I'm brought back all the time is because I know what I'm doing, and I can keep going and keep going and keep going and take it from elementary to intermediate to advanced. So y'all, thank y'all. Let me go into the comments. Michelle, thank you for the hearts, Queen. Michelle, I'm about to cry because I'm in such a space and I needed this right now. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. We so appreciate you. Michelle, to God be the glory always. # praise him. Michelle, thank you, Queen. Michelle been up here. She's I'm just dropping it like it's hot. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, God is faithful. Congratulations, Queen. Michelle, yes. Woo! Yes. Michelle, win it all. Yes. Tammy, I'm so happy for you. Thank you. Tammy Turner, you are such an inspiration. Thank you. So why is it important for y'all to see this? Because it is important for you all to understand that you can make it. You can make it. I promise you, you can make it. Before I was the ultimate rainmaker, before I was a rainmaking speaker, I was sitting there wondering if my time was up because I'm approaching 40. And now I'm 45, getting ready to turn 46. So do not give up. And one of the ways that I do truly give back is I create products and services that if you can't work with me one-on-one, you can, definitely take advantage of our video training series. And so I'll put the two of them on the screen. If you go to our website, www.perfectpitchgroup.com/ultimate pitch bundle, you can get the ultimate pitch bundle, or you can get our pitching for profit masterclasses. And both of them have 6 to 7 hours of just going in about different aspects on pitching, whether you're pitching with confidence. The pitching for profit masterclass is all about, number one, getting your prospect to say yes the first time, to getting them to say yes repeatedly. How many of us would love Revit fans, followers, and just clients and customers? Like, they just love us. They might not be able to purchase everything. They might not be able to always be there, but they're going to show up for you when you need it most. Those are what we offer on our website, www.perfectpitchgroup.com. Check out our free gifts, and also just check out our Perfect Pitch Academy. You'll be so glad that you did. But more importantly, I want to thank you all so much for coming to the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. I just wanted to take a few minutes of your time just to share with you that if you do feel like you're losing your mind, you do feel like everything is lost, sometimes it helps to put a post out on social media. There's a friend of mine who was saying how she felt like nobody cared for her, and she got all of these responses. And I wanted to take time before reaching out because I didn't want to email. I wanted to call her and let her know I'm in her corner, because I know what that feeling is like. And sometimes we get that way as entrepreneurs, or when you're trying something, or you may have lost your job. Reach out to your support network, or if you don't have one, start reaching out to people they're not judging people, but they want to hear from you. I remember late last year, I reached out to a Savvy Ladies board member and a friend of mine, Ruchi, and I told her how these contracts weren't being signed and how I felt like my life was over and I had this team, and she said they weren't supposed to be signed. And I really can't thank her enough, because I know that sounds crazy to y'all. No, they weren't supposed to be signed because there was something more coming. And I really want you all to know what that did for my soul. Because this year, in the first quarter of this year, we're the best first quarter we've ever had in the history of any of my companies. And to look back at those dollars and cents, to look back at the impact, to look at my business advisor, Andrew Frazier, to look at my team, Mocha, Mallory, Jess and Mallory, to look at Ian, to look at just everyone who worked with me and say, thank you. Y'all believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. So if you ever feel like you lost everything, you're losing your mind, just know there's some of us. 6 years sounds like a lot of time, but it wasn't. Sometimes it feels like it was yesterday, but I want to show y'all it was worth it. And my friends showed up for me, and I felt like such a little girl. It was worth it. It was worth it. So let me just see the comments. Michelle. Yes, Story. Hey, Queen. So I just want you all to know that when you feel like you're losing your mind and everything feels lost, come back to this episode and share it with someone. If you learned something from this episode, share it. Over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be in 3 different states in one country. I'm going to be in Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia, at the Sister Leaders Conference, and I'd love for you all to attend. I'm going to be in Atlanta at the National Sales Network Student Sales and Marketing Conference. Then I'm going to be in Toronto at the WAGA Conference. And then I'm going to be in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Small Business Owners Community. I'm going to be hosting their award ceremony. So when I tell you all, if you go to our website, www.perfectpitchgroup.com/events, you can see where I'm going to be. And come join us. Come be in the space with entrepreneurs and speakers and coaches and consultants and those who are ready for liftoff. And come get this work. If you're a sister within 3 hours of Virginia, come get this work at the Sister Leaders Conference. You have great keynotes such as myself, Dr. Jennifer Jones-Bragg, Christy. You have like Dr. Venus Reed. Like I could go on. Y'all already know it's about to be a problem in Virginia. So come through, y'all. I really appreciate you all listening to me today. Stories like, yay, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for your truth. So you all, it has been a pleasure. My point today in coming to you all on the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show is to share with you all that you can lose everything in your mind and you can win again. And as Jay-Z said in his song Encore, the only thing that matters is just a matter of years. If the years are going to pass anyway, make them count. And so when I say from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul, I am grateful that I lived long enough. I'm grateful I lived long enough that in year 45, 7 of my awards all came back to back in the best year of my life. I am 45 years old, and this is another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. I am honored to be your host. I am honored to keep it real about all things pitching and branding and all of that. You all are worth it to me. Thank you all so very much. Bye.